Good evening. Just dropping some quick Master Raven gameplay here. Getting ready for Raven in the closed network beta this coming weekend. I'm so excited. I haven't played her in almost a year now, so that's kind of crazy. So you can definitely see the rust on my gameplay here. Just having some immense difficulty pulling off my quarter circles and crouch dash motions consistently. But even though the gameplay is rough, I just definitely want to use this gameplay in particular, and I'll get into the reasons why in a little bit later. But honestly, I haven't played much Tekken in general. It's just been pretty busy lately, just with life stuff and working on a new video project that it's taken a lot of my kind of quote-unquote like video time, and I definitely have been putting a lot of pressure on myself to finish that. So a lot of my time has been going to that instead of playing Tekken, which is kind of silly. I made this channel I've been, updating this channel so that I can basically just make videos based off the gameplay that I've been doing. But lately I've been just doing so much on the production side that I've not been either playing or putting out videos. So it's pretty silly, but I guess a dumb realization I had recently was that I don't have to work on just one video at a time, which again is pretty silly considering I work on many projects at the same time for work and at home and stuff. So I don't know why it wouldn't count towards my video production, but here I was just chugging away at just one video for weeks and weeks at a time, not even bothering trying to put out anything else. But in that time since my last video, there's just been a ton of Tekken 8 info and gameplay that's come out, and there's a lot of stuff I'm just really excited about, so I kind of wanted to cover some of that here. One being Feng Wei's trailer. Yeah, it's been that long. Feng Wei trailer came out, so he looks pretty good. I really enjoy the way his gameplay looks. Just his fighting style, that Kenpo, is just really appealing to watch. And he himself looks pretty good. Him having some actual voice lines, those Chinese voice lines. I don't know the actual language, the actual name of the language that he uses, but I'm just gonna say Chinese to simplify things. It's very interesting. It's very good. It's good to have some personality. With his win pose, or I guess his intro pose with Asuka, special interaction with Asuka was awesome. And yeah, it's cool to see Feng actually have some dialogue again. I think it's been a long time, maybe since Tekken 5, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe since Tekken 5 you've actually heard his Chinese, and it's been such a long time. I was actually having like these conspiracy theories in my head. I'm like, oh, I wonder what happened to all the Chinese characters or Chinese languages. It was Feng, he didn't have it for a while. There's no more Wang in the game. Xiao Yu speaks Japanese, and I don't know, I just felt like, well, why? There's Leroy's in the game representing Wing Chun, so not a Chinese representative. So I was just saying, like, it's kind of weird, but nothing weird going on, I guess. Feng is speaking Chinese. He is back in the game in full force, and I'm all for it. Something else I want to talk about is the heat system change. They've modified the heat system where you can't get those, I guess the extensions of the combos won't be as long. You won't be able to get a full extension past your heat dash. Rather, you just have to you basically get like 1 or 2 hits after the dash. And you see a lot of videos out now saying that this is a nerf to these characters, but then looking at some of them, like a lot of the damage kind of evens out. But even in the cases where the damage is lower, I think that's better for the game. I'm attracted to Tekken because, in comparison to other fighting games, because its combos are a lot shorter and I can get back into action a lot more quickly. The neutral of Tekken is just more fun to watch to me and more fun to play. So I think it's a benefit to everyone when we have shorter combos. And let's face it, like even when we have the long combos, I think the long combos allow for a greater expression, sure. But most of the time, we're going to be going for the combos that get the most wall carry or get the most damage, and you're going to be seeing the same optimized combos for the most part anyway, at least in my opinion. So I don't think we're losing too much when we have this quote-unquote nerf to the heat system combos. I'm actually really all for it, and I think that change, along with some of the other changes like the chip damage and the depletion when on block, are just all positives to the game. But we'll see what happens in the closed beta test. I'm very curious to see, but on paper, I'm really liking those changes. Another good thing that I'm super excited about is the Super Ghost Battle. Having this AI you can record, basically mimic your mannerisms as a game, and you kind of test yourself against it. I think it's amazing. That sounds like such a cool system to have. I think other creators have mentioned that a similar system was in other games. I'm not sure if I got that correctly, but you know, it's kind of like in Mario Kart or in like some other games where you kind of record and you go against your best times. But in this case, you can actually not only do your times and against others, that it actually mimics it a lot more closely to how an actual player moves, and that's just really appealing. And that combined with the training mode feature, the replay feature, where you can kind of just go into a previous match and play out a scenario that you went into, is just so good for learning. I'm extremely excited to use that, because that's one of my hardest things. The hardest things for me is that I want to increase my skill as a player, but it just takes a lot of time to kind of go through the replays and finding out which move was the one that messed you up, and then going to the practice mode and, you know, trying to set up the scenarios yourself. You can do it. It's actually not as bad now as it has been in previous games, like way back in the day, but still, it's just a little extra effort that, you know, just takes some time out of actually playing the game. So having this part facilitated is just a huge benefit, and I'm really excited to try that out. To a lesser extent, Arcade Quest is been shown off recently too. Get your little chibis and walk around in the arcade story mode. So I think it's really great to have like a tutorial mode integrated with the story mode of the game, and have some kind of customization, personal aspect to it. And I really enjoy that they kind of making it like the arcade scene as an homage to the arcade scene that is not really happening anymore. So again, I think it's a pretty cool thing to have. I'm very excited that it's in the game. I'm not going to talk about any of the leak stuff. I've seen it, I just don't like getting spoiled or propagating that stuff, but the Arcade Quest looks pretty cool to me. But yeah, I just put this video to kind of just get back on the saddle here and get used to just making something in the editor and posting stuff, because it's been such a long time. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Hoping to get into the closed beta test and try out the new Raven and maybe some Leroy, some other characters. But if I do, then I'm gonna definitely try to get as much game time as I can. So if you get on there, good luck trying to get in, and you know, if we're all fortunate, then I'll see you online. Have a good night.
KO